Hey Joe, what's up,
Hi,
man?
Clark. What's up, brother? Good
Can
to
you
see you.
see me? Everything cool? Can you see me? And
Yeah, yeah, we're
all
in
right,
we're in true living color. Everything's good.
all right,
So,
good, good, good.
the
Okay.
one thing that's cool about what I've been doing over the last, now I'm going on 2011, 13 years, is that I did all of this over the phone for so long. And one of the great things about Zoom is that without having to go geographically everywhere, we can actually meet and see each other for the first time. So it's cool.
Yeah, that's what happened during COVID. We might as well start right now if you want. I
Yeah,
mean, well, I'm here.
yeah.
Yeah, we have a group called the Stick People. I don't know if you know about this, but we interview everybody on Zoom. Ron Carter, Billy Cobham, who, Jack DeJohnette, and it's me,
Yeah.
Woody White, David Garibaldi, Greg Arico, and Michael Shreve, all drummers. We don't just interview drummers, all kinds of people. We've interviewed Schofield and this one and that, and it's funny as hell, and you learn a lot.
Yeah,
I
you
do.
certainly do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the beauty of the great thing about this album that you did with Leon Lee and Michael Wolff is that, Bill Evans is such an interesting, just a fascinating cat. And right now, I'm still reading it. James Kaplan put out a book called Three Shades of Blue, and it's about the Kind of Blue recording session. But it really needles into Coltrane, Miles, and Bill. And there's things about Bill Evans that I just didn't realize about how he waxed and waned and how he kind of approached the instrument. So this coming out now is very timely. Bill's on my mind. So talk to me a little bit about doing an album that's dedicated to a master like him.
Well, we Michael Wolff, first of all, knew Bill Evans and spent time with him, quite a bit of time. And Bill showed him a lot of harmonic uh, information, I guess. Uh, and they hung out and just talked. And he invited Michael to come down to a sound check or rehearsal and stand right behind him and look at his hands and watch him play. So Michael has a connection to Bill Evans. Leon Dorsey and myself, of course, do because we've listened to those records as much as anybody.
Yeah.
And so Leon and I were thinking about what are we going to do? Let's do a record. What are we going to do? And we weren't going to do a tribute record or anything. I'm not sure which direction we're going. We're discussing it. And all of a sudden I said, man, let's do a celebration of Bill Evans. And the reason I said that is because in my early 20s, I had a band in a club 4 nights a week, lasted about 3 years. And we played much of the music off of Interplay with Jim Hall and Philly Joe Jones and Bill Evans. And that it just got, and then the next thing we said was, well, who are we going to get? And we talked about several different people. And I said, well, Michael Wolff will not only think about this, but he'll make these arrangements so it fits his playing. Because as a drummer, I can play to anything, pretty much. And then Leon said, okay, yeah, Wolff is a good choice. So then Michael didn't want to do it because Bill Evans, it would be like me doing a celebration of Tony Williams. What are you going to do, man?
Yeah.
But then I said to Mike, look, man, let's not play like Paul Motian and Bill Evans and those guys. We've already had the real Bill Evans trio, many different forms. Let's just be us. But this is a celebration of Bill and the tip of the hat to him and our love for him. We don't have to try to play like those guys.
Yeah.
Let's just interpret the music of his. So we talked about tunes, Gloria's Step, of course, Waltz for Debbie. You got to do that one if you're going to do a Bill Evans thing. And then I was like, let's do You and the Night and the Music and Nordis and Periscope. Those were my suggestions.
Yeah.
And okay, well, then let's get together and rehearse and see what this sounds like, or not rehearse, just kick it around. So we got together and we went, hey, this is a good idea. It feels great. We're not trying to copy those guys. We're just being us. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
Wow.
You know,
So what do you think Bill Evans would think about all of this adulation? I think he was a little I've read that he was a little weird about the way people viewed him, but the fact that all of you very esteemed, legendary musicians are revering his work, how do you think he would react to that?
I didn't know Bill Evans, but from everything I've read and from the few people that I do know that worked with him and talked with him, and hung out with him, got to know him a little bit. I'm sure, like any of us, he would have dug that people liked what he did. Every artist wants that, or there's no use doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, you're trying to encourage people and do something to make the environment better. I think he had all of that going on. I think at the same time, he was a private guy.
Yeah.
And my understanding of him, and I don't think he would like a lot of flag waving and, hey, Bill, man, that was fantastic. Oh, man, you know, I think that would probably make him like, yeah, you know, I know I don't have a career like Bill Evans, but the career I have, when people do that to me, part of me it likes it. You know, it's like, oh man, I'm glad you liked it. And another part of, if I'm not in the right space and I'm really concentrating on something else, it can be off-putting somewhat, you know, because every artist knows his limitation. So I'm thinking about breaking through my limitation, not how good I did something 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much fun was it to be a part of this? How much fun was it for you guys to get in there and make this album?
It went down, well, for me, it was really fun. I'll tell you why. As a drummer and an artist, I didn't feel, it didn't feel like work. It was a blast. We were smiling at each other and sometimes laughing, and sometimes we would hit an impasse and we'd have to stop. But we did it in 2 short sessions. I think we did it 4 hours one day, and then we came back. I'm not sure, maybe 2 weeks later, and did another 4 hours. It went down really easy, just like you hear it. We didn't do a lot of takes and labor neurotically over a lot. We just, that one feels good, let's use that one. We only did a couple of takes a piece. Some of them we got in one take, because most of my stuff I get in one take, and that's not because I'm so good. I get it in one take. That's ridiculous, but that's not how I feel. But I'm really honest in the first or second take. If I keep going, I'm going to try to outsmart myself and make it hipper than and it's stupid. So we get them pretty quick, because at this point, like my dad used to say, and I feel this is how I feel. If you get the majority of the bulk of your idea across the net, across the table, somebody else will dot the T's and dot the I's and cross the T's for you. I mean, not that we're not trying to make it really on the dot, but you know, hey, it's jazz. So sometimes somebody zigged and you zagged. And it's like, oh man, I gotta, you know, like so. But this was a really easy date. It really flowed. It was not a brain strain.
So what are you ultimately hoping the listener gets from this interpretation of Bill Evans and this collective?
That maybe to reacquaint them with Bill, the new people and people who have kind of gotten into something else since Bill was alive and playing, you know, and to also say that you know, we really dig Bill. Everybody loves Bill Evans, but we play how we play. We're not going to try to. It's like if I hear somebody trying to imitate Miles Davis and Tony and Ron Carter, I'm like, nah, come on. I mean, if they're young, of course, cool. But that we could swing hard on this type of stuff and get a good pocket and still be somewhat bluesy and greasy on this type of music. And um, you know, when I heard Bill Evans with Philly Joe Jones, he was swinging hard. It wasn't the introspective. You know, he had many different gears. You know, there's one record, and I can't think of it right now. I'm having a senior moment where he's kicking, you know what, man. And I mean, so we weren't trying to do that, of course, turn it into, but we weren't trying to be really quiet, nice piano trio, but we weren't trying to be Elvin and Train either. We were just playing, you know. So we love this music and we love these tunes. We've been playing these tunes all of our lives, most of us. So we love these tunes. And we also, Michael made little arrangements out of some of these tunes, or we'd be in the middle of running the tune down. I'd say, hey, wait a minute, right after the bridge, let's do this or that. We all contributed, but Michael Wolff really put a lot into this because he's the piano player and the main voice, and it's a celebration of Bill Evans. So that was a challenge for him and us.
So are you going to go out on the road and do this live? What's going to come up for this?
Well, we're talking about booking some gigs now, and yeah, maybe. I mean, I have some road work on my own because I did a record last year for a company in California, so I'm going to go out and do SF Jazz and do some work with that. But excuse me, but yeah, we've already sent some queries into Dizzy's and a few clubs around here. So yeah, we want to play it some, sure. Yeah. Just don't want to, you know.
So give me the good business. Where can people pick it up? Best place to get it physically? Anything else pertaining to the album?
I'm going to tell you that right now because Leon Dorsey put this part of it together. See, the record company is his company. Okay, I just had him send me all this. CD Baby.
Okay.
And you can get this and find out all the different places to get it if you go to Wolff, Clark, and Dorsey dash here now, all one word.com. And if you open that, which I just did, you can see it's on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, and Deezer.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so that's
right
what's
on.
up.
I like it, man. Hey, Mike, it's always great to catch up with you. Thank you for taking a minute out today. Best of luck with everything. And until next time.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it, Matt.
Take care.
Okay.